little bit better video picture. See how that goes. I was saying also we were working this week up in Gwinnett County in Decula, Georgia, with the um, Gwinnett Police, and they have each one of their cars are fitted with a chainsaw and a gear kit to be able to assist with any trees that are across the road, those kinds of things. And the guys I'm working with, 6 of them, they're actually the instructors that carry the chainsaw program on. And so we had a great 3 days up there going through stuff and then talking a lot about training techniques and their program, which I guess I first worked with them about 3 years ago, something like that. And they put together their program, and then I go in and help with the instructor basis of it, and it's really worked out really good. We had a park there we worked in, excuse me, and worked out really good with the trees. I'll be hopefully posting the video on that later tonight or in the morning. So looking good. Hopefully people start chatting on. Good. That's got the sound fixed there anyway. I have placed a couple videos recently on some shorts, trying to pick up a little interest in the YouTube channel and all, and it's really working good, and putting them on also on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, please do so. It's I didn't use that too much before, but I've kind of come to think that there's a lot of tree services and chainsaw operators on that, and so we've had really good results posting, kind of copying everything over on both fields. But it's the Instagram channel, and then also if you don't know already or haven't hooked up to it, is our podcast series, and it's on all the major podcast outlets. We post basically to Anchor, and then Anchor distributes it to Google Podcasts and also to Amazon Podcast and Amazon Music. It's on Spotify, and it's on Apple Podcasts, all of those, and you can just go on and subscribe. They're free. It's according to what you have on your phone or your apparatus, and basically no charge for it. And we've been putting audio of our book, which is the complete guide to chainsaw safety and directional felling, which I wrote several years ago in conjunction with Mike Poulan, he was head forester in Illinois for several years. He's now retired and out in Fresno, California. But he helped to kind of get all the English correct and all on the book, and we've had really good response with it. I think it originally went out in about 2002, and it's also on Barnes and Noble, their ebook series. So, but you can also get the ebook version off of our website at www.forestapps.com. But anyway, we've been reading kind of audio segments of it, each chapter by chapter, and it's gone over really well on the podcast. A lot of people have been tuning into that, and then also different audio versions of our travels have been putting on there, and so it's pretty neat to be able to just tune it in on your phone and your ear pods, and be able to listen while you work or whatever. And hopefully you find that to be a pretty enjoyable session also. But the shorts are kind of challenging for me on the Instagram and the YouTube, because you got to try to chop everything down. It's hard to do instruction and really cover major topics with a minute or 15 seconds or a minute or less than a 5-minute reel. So it's pretty good to get good at it. I've been working at it, so hopefully you find those to be something of use. They're kind of short, so it works pretty good. I had a little bit of a challenge that I posted last weekend, I believe, on a more or less a RDT, reduced downtime challenge, and I haven't seen but two so far that have sent in, and I'm going to try to run this until at least the end of August, and then we're going to have a drawing of those that have put in shorts on it. What I've asked to do, you can go back and look at the video on the YouTube channel, and more or less you take your phone and video taking the bar and chain off, laying it flat, taking the air cover off, laying it on the table, and putting it back together. And if you can do it less than 3 minutes, shoot a video of it, and you can send that video in to info@forestapps.com. Or if you shoot it on your phone, you can actually put a hashtag RDT challenge in on Facebook or Instagram, and be able to upload that video on those two, and then I can search those hashtags, and we will enter you into the drawing, and that's going to be for a new pair of Husqvarna saw chaps. So hopefully somebody can use those. And so if you find that interesting, take a little time, maybe over the weekend or next week or two, and put together a little video showing that you can take those apart, put it back together. And the quickest times, top 5 times, will go into the drawing for the chaps. So hopefully that pays off for someone. But it also, the more you practice, the more enjoyable it gets, and easier it gets to be able to maintain the saw. And I find a lot of people do that in the cleaning process, but the more you do it, the faster you get. And so just wondering how everybody is able to do it on a time limit. So we'll see how that goes. And so that's the challenge out there. And like I say, we'll try to run that until the end of the month. I'm also working up, and I don't know, we've been traveling so much, I haven't been able to do much on it, but I've got a phone line into the office that is 706-901 SAWS, SAWS. That's 7297, and I'm going to set that up with the chat line, and hopefully we can start taking some live callers, hopefully in September, and those live callers will be able to ask questions, and then we'll do some answering and those kinds of things, and come up with ideas for different video segments and those types of hopefully interesting tasks. And so that's kind of the process. We've had several good chats here recently on the auto tune and M-tronic carburetor calibrations, and so we've posted some videos on that. If you haven't seen it, to go back. If you got one of the newer STIHLs or newer Husqvarnas with the electronic carburetor and control systems, and hopefully that calibration process, if you're having a little trouble with the adjustments and those kinds of things, that calibration process can really help you out. So we put together some videos on that. David Breeden with Husqvarna and I shot a video on the auto tune systems, and then I had put together a video a few weeks before that on the M-tronic system and its calibration. So take a look at that, and if you have any questions, let me know. But we've talked to several people here over the past couple months that have been a little bit disgruntled with the automatic calibration. They wish they had the screws back, to adjust on the saws, and it's quite interesting that they don't really go through and check to see what the saw's doing, understanding, just like with regular adjustments, how the calibration process works. And if you don't go through the calibration, it's a saw out of adjustment. So makes it a little bit frustrating, I guess you'd say, sometimes. And so I met a couple guys ready to kick chainsaws across the woods. But a little bit of calibration is all it takes. So I have to kind of think through those things. And also, we've been looking a little bit at. I put together one on that RDT session regarding some practice and repetition in getting efficient at the entire reduced downtime process. So if you haven't seen that one, take a look at that. Go from there. And I was looking at, let's see, the week after we get back, we will be end of the month again, headed down to Wetumpka, Alabama. We'll be down there for the 31st and September 1st, working with Central EMC, Central Alabama EMC, 2 days, kind of an extension of a program that we started with them the first of the month. And then after that, the first week of August, the 7th through the 9th, we've got a session with the Champs program down in, I think it's in Forsyth, Georgia. And then we've got a 2-day program with Georgia LTAP. So that's going to be on the 8th and 9th. And so that's kind of our schedule here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know if anyone has heard any more on HEXA files. Heard anything? Last I heard was somewhere hopefully by October we start seeing some of that. But have a lot of interest with the city and town guys and EMC guys on that HEXA file system and the chain. I think it's going to be a pretty decent program for a lot of people that don't get a lot of time to practice on filing and need it for storm saws and those kinds of things. So it's going to be pretty good when they get out into the marketplace, I think. Well, I don't see too much activity tonight. I know there's a lot going on around different parts of the country. Hopefully everyone is well and all. I'm going to be working tonight on getting that video together, and I'll get that put out. I don't see too much in the way of traffic on tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, get working on the video, get that one finished up from this week. And any questions or anything that you have or topics you'd like to have for video or training aspects, please let me know at info@forestapps.com or send a comment into one of the videos, and I check all of those myself, and we'll try to answer questions or try to come up with a video to help explain your questions or try to give you an answer. If I don't know it, I will find somebody who can answer it. So that's kind of the way we work it here, how we roll. So anyway, hope y'all have a great end of the week and you have a great weekend. I wish you all good sawing and take care of yourselves, and we will see you at the next session. Good night.